At 50, Tobey Maguire, the beloved actor who became a global icon as the original Spider-Man, is living a life far different from what most fans imagine. For many, Tobey will forever be the quiet, gentle hero who swung across New York, carrying the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. But behind the scenes, his journey has taken unexpected turns filled with reflection, loss, and the kind of emotional battles that never make headlines. The shock begins with how drastically his life has changed. After stepping away from major Hollywood roles, Tobey devoted himself to a quieter, more private existence. Friends say he grew tired of the noise, the pressure, and the constant expectations that came with being one of the most recognizable faces of his generation. Instead, he turned inward, pouring his time into personal growth, family, and projects that rarely reached the public eye. For fans who expected constant blockbusters, the change felt sudden and heartbreaking. As Tobey reached his 50s, the emotional weight of the past caught up with him. Years of physical strain from early stunt work, sleepless nights, and the demanding pace of Hollywood began to take a toll. He often reflected on how fame had shaped him, how it pulled him into circles and friendships he wasn't ready for, and how the pressure to remain relevant had once consumed him. Those close to him say he went through a period of deep introspection, a quiet battle most fans never knew he fought. But the most emotional part of Tobey's journey came from watching time move forward. The world that once celebrated him now revolves around new franchises, new actors, new heroes. While he accepts this reality with humility, the shift has brought bittersweet feelings. Tobey still receives messages from fans who grew up with him as their Spider-Man, and those letters mean more to him now than ever. They remind him that his work touched an entire generation, something he never fully realized during his early fame. A close friend described a moment that has since gone viral among fans: an afternoon when Tobey revisited old Spider-Man footage for the first time in years. Watching his younger self, full of hope, energy, and innocence, reportedly moved him to tears. It wasn't sadness alone, it was gratitude, nostalgia, and the bittersweet recognition of how much life had changed. That emotional moment symbolized a closing chapter, a turning point that deeply affected fans who heard the story. Despite the challenges, Tobey Maguire's life at 50 is not defined by tragedy alone. It is shaped by growth, maturity, and a powerful desire to live authentically. He spends more time with his family, nurtures passion projects, and quietly supports young filmmakers behind the scenes. Hollywood may not see him every day, but his presence remains gentle, wise, and influential in ways that cannot be measured by box office numbers. His story is emotional because it reminds us of reality. Even heroes age, even icons struggle, and even the strongest hearts carry regrets. But Tobey's journey also shows resilience. He didn't disappear. He chose peace. He chose meaning. He chose to rebuild his life on his terms. And when fans see him now, older, quieter, but more grounded than ever, it's almost impossible not to feel a lump in the throat. Because Tobey Maguire is more than Spider-Man. He is a reminder that behind every hero is a human being learning to navigate the highs, the lows, and the passage of time.